You're watching Wraith TV.
Grant, thanks for joining us. Can I start by asking you your thoughts on today's game, a 4-2 defeat at home to Falkirk?
Very disappointed, we're in a great position at half time, but it's only a half. Stress to the players are going to have to come out and be more the second half switched on, because Falkirk will look to get back in the game, and we'll allow them to get back in the game after a minute, which gives you an uphill battle after that. It's always going to be difficult. They're a team that's used to winning most weeks, Falkirk, so they're going to throw everything at you to get back in the game, and they've done it after a minute, which is very disappointing from our point of view.
Many positives to take out of the first half performance in particular. I don't think there could have been a worse thing that happened in that goal a minute into the second half. Do you feel that you got the response from the team that you would have hoped that they would have taken to the dressing room at half time?
Yes, and even going a goal behind, we got a great response. Get ourselves back into a winning position. We were creating a lot of chances and we were causing Falkirk problems. But as I say, that goal can turn everything. There's still a long time to play in the game, but it just gives them that upper hand, and makes it difficult for us. And then they get the third, which then becomes a really hard task, and you've got to commit bodies forward to try and get back in the game. And then we lose a late goal for a free kick. So very disappointing. Yeah, there is positives from the game, but obviously disappointing to lose another game.
We could hang on to some of the positives, and I think particularly from the first half. Interesting partnership up front with Lewis Warren and John Baird. John again finding himself on the scoring sheet. He certainly has added a bit of sprite to the front line.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, he's new that's came in, John, and he's popped up with some goals already. But it's getting that balance right. We've got to keep the ball out at the other end as well. As I say, we switch off a couple of times today, and good teams will punish you, and Falkirk certainly done that.
You mentioned about keeping things tight at the other end. We seem to be kind of leaking goals just now. How do we turn this round? How do you get that kind of perfect balance of we've came through a bit of a goal drought and we're scoring quite freely just now, but conceding a lot of goals at the other end?
I think we've just got to be switched on at all times. We've just came back out straight after half time. It's our centre, and before we know it, we're picking the ball out the net, and for everything that's been put into the first half to get into that great winning position, the game then changes. And as I say, Falkirk get a massive lift for that, because they're a team that coming here, they want to stay at that top of the league as much as they can, but we've got to be switched on when we come out for the second half, because the effort has always been there, and the effort that they had to put in to get into that winning position in the first half and turn that one goal deficit round was what was needed. But you need to come out the second half and have that belief that you're going to give nothing away.
Do you feel that teams are having to work hard enough to break us down at the back?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Yeah, it's just when you lose a goal or you go a goal behind in this league, it's very difficult. It does give teams a massive lift. We need to get back to that. Scoring the first goal being very difficult to play against. But albeit just because you lose the first goal in a game, there's still a lot of time to play, even from Tuesday and from today.
You'll be used to in your playing career being at the kind of heart of your defence and nursing teams through and inspiring teams through difficult times. How much difference is there between your prior experience and the role you now have as a manager in terms of that responsibility of lifting us through the darker times, and we certainly find ourselves in a tough time in the league then?
Yeah, it's a tough time. But we started the season really well. I mean, that's gone. We've got to realise that. But we need to get back to that. We need to have that belief that we can win games of football. We've got to be an attacking threat. When we're going forward as well. Or the best we're going to play for is a draw in a game of football if we're not going to go and attack teams. But we need to get that proper balance. Defend them properly. As I say, set pieces are huge in this league, and if you can eradicate losing goals for that, it's a start. But as I say, we want to get back to winning ways as quick as we can. It's going to take everyone, in the squad to do that. We've got a lot of injuries here and there, and players are having to come in and play that maybe haven't been involved, for a wee while. But that's part and parcel of football.
Recent statement from the board indicated towards us all kind of standing firm, standing together, and coming through the difficult period in the league and focusing on the positivity of the cup. With that in mind, we welcome St Johnstone next week. It's going to be a tough ask, but we've got a good cup record, certainly over the last couple of seasons. Is that a help to yourself in terms of a bit of a break for the league, or actually it's just a different type of challenge?
It's just a different type of challenge, obviously the league's a priority, for our club, but we're in the cup for a reason. We won a great game at Easter Road, and we've got to take belief and positives from that. We've got to go into next Saturday's game. We're at home. It's going to be a very difficult game, but you know, we've got to bounce on for wins like we have at Easter Road, you know, and use that in the league campaign as well. So there's no distraction or whatsoever. You know, the league is a priority at this football club, but at the end of the day, we're in the next round of the cup for a reason. So you know, we've got to go into that game looking to win it as well.
The supporters, we're used to hearing football people talk about the cliche of a good cup run hindering league performances or vice versa. Is there any truth in that? Is there anything within Wraith Rovers at the moment that suggests that maybe the cup run's actually going to alleviate a bit of pressure, please?
No, not at all, because it's not to say that, you know, if we went out the cup early doors that we're automatically going to win games of football in the league. You know, you win games of football if you deserve to win them. And at this moment in time, you know, we're not doing enough to win games of football in the league, albeit we're doing it in the cup, so we've got to get that balance right.
But you do feel that we've got the squad here at Starks Park to compete in the various cup competitions that we're still in, and turn things round?
Yeah, definitely. As I say, you know, we've got the same squad of players, albeit one or two that started the season, you know, that picked up the points that we got until we hit, you know, a wee spell where a few defeats have came in place. So we've got the same squad of players, and so I expect, you know, everyone here to turn that round.
What about injury news? Watson's made the bench today. Is he close to a starting position?
He's close, you know, that's the reason why we put him on the bench today. He's been back training, you know, and he had a reserve game through the week, albeit it was only 60 minutes, but, you know, he's close.
Indications in terms of how you are attacking the challenge of turning around the league form, that we finished with 4 attackers on the pitch today. It's certainly not for want of being overcautious that we're defeated today.
No, not at all, but when you're in a position where you're losing the game 3-2 to a team like Falkirk, who, you know, have sat at the top of the league for a long, you know, spell, you do have to go for it, and you know, at the end of the day, if it meant getting, you know, 3 strikers on the pitch at any given time, we had to do it to try and get ourselves back in the game.
We've got national exposure with Sky TV turning up next week, so hopefully we give St Johnstone a right good.
Yeah, that's right. It's a game for, you know, the players to look forward to, everyone at the club to look forward to. You know, getting that Sky game. You know, we're at home. It's a different feel to it, a different kick-off. So you know, we've got to concentrate on that game properly as well. As I say, you know, we want to you know, make it difficult for St Johnstone, give ourselves a chance of getting into the next round.
Callum Elliott likely to be back for that game?
At this moment in time, it's hard to say.
Okay, well, good luck, of course, for that. A big challenge ahead of us, but we wish you well.
Right, thanks, David.
You're watching Wraith TV.